my philosophy on hitting is this: 1, do damage, 2, get on base. And so those are the two things that we're going to focus a lot of attention on, and how do we do that? And so for me, the mental side of it is, hey, we want to do damage. We want to swing hard. Is this a good pitch to hit? We want to do damage on it, and also understanding that getting on base is the goal of this game. Scoring runs is the goal of getting in this game, and so understanding that, a walk sometimes is as good as a hit, and understanding the whole mental process of that, and understanding that it's a game of failure and talking about that. I would just say my best advice when it comes to failure, when it comes to the mental approach, is that you're going to see that you could have a hitter at any level hit 400, and they could have a string of going 0 for 12, 1 for 13, 2 for 20, and still hit 400. And they will. I can tell you that I've done research on Mike Trout in the years that he's won MVPs. He's gone 1 for 19, 2 for 25 in stretches, 0 for 18 in stretches, and still won the MVP. And he's one of the best hitters in the game. So I try to talk a lot to my players on the mental side of the understanding that there are going to be stretches where you're going to go 4 for 4, and stretches where you go 0 for 12, and you can still have these great years. To me, the biggest mistake that coaches make is we know who our best hitters are. We know, like, for example, this hitter is my best hitter, and they are 0 for their last 8. And we start thinking, maybe I should move them down the lineup. Maybe I should take them out of the lineup. I would tell you that the actual number of when I would do that is around 30 at bats. Because this person's your best hitter. So what are we defining their stats or their success on? Is it those 2 games, the 8 at bats? Maybe they just had bad days, other stuff, family stuff's going on, all those things. I just think as coaches, now I think we have players in that 7 to 12 range that's harder, but I think your top 3 hitters are, and I think that as coaches, we are quick to pull the plug, move them in the lineup, drop them down because they're in a slump after 8 at bats, and then at the end of the day, they still hit 500 for your team. And so to me, I would definitely advise from a mental aspect, when you're talking to your players and even yourself, understanding that this is how this game works, ups and downs, and understanding that you can go 0 for 12 and still hit 400 or 500 or whatever the number is. And I think as coaches and players, we get to around 7 to 10 at bats of unsuccess, and that's when we start going, maybe I need to change my swing. Maybe I need to do this. I've gotten text messages on a daily basis after Major League Baseball games saying, what do you see in my swing? Every night. Like, what do I need to change? And other guys who once a month send me a text message, hey, I've been struggling with this for about a month. And I would just say that as players and coaches, we do the same thing. After 2 days, it's like, maybe my dropping my hands, maybe I'm doing this, maybe my front side is doing this. I would say that the first thing when a player comes to me and says, yeah, I'm not seeing the ball well, I'm hitting, something's wrong, I would say, the first thing is, timing, mental approach, what's going on. I always ask them first, what are you feeling? Like, what is really happening? Let's talk about that. But swing is the very last thing that we're going to talk about in regards to your unsuccess in this small stretch.